Hi, I'm Freud from SusanEvans.org, and today we have another psychology video for you about Freud, Adler, and Jung. Sigmund Freud would have his patients lie on a couch and talk about their lives. So what happened next?
My house burned down!
And how did that make you feel?
As though my house burned down!
Freud believed that there were three parts to the human personality. The first was the id. The id is the instinctive or childish part that wants what it wants when it wants it. The superego is called our conscience, and that has to do with morality and right and wrong. The ego is the logical part that tries to mediate between the selfish id and the wanting to do what's right, which is the superego. And that was Freud. Now on to Adler.
Adler invented the concept of the inferiority complex. This is where Hoofer goes and says, "Oh, I'm such a great racehorse. I am so proud of myself and happy." And Pavlov's dog goes all like, "Oh, I'm not a good racehorse. I'm a dog. I'm all sad and I feel inferior." That's an inferiority complex. So, Adler also had another idea about social interest, which is the desire to help others. Hoofer feels bad for Pavlov's dog because Pavlov's dog has an inferiority complex, so he gave him a pie. Isn't this the same pie I gave you in episode 3? Oh no, I made my own pie. Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to take this pie and eat it. Well, now we discover the concept of life goals, which Alfred Adler invented. Life goals. The fact that every person has a life goal, an end in sight, whether conscious or unconscious, that fits the desire for superiority. Pavlov's dog, I want to get over my inferiority complex. It's an honorable task. And Fuzz says, I want to go to the moon. Life goal reached. Lastly, Alfred Adler made up the concept of birth order changing the personalities of children. The oldest would be more responsible and will have a lot more stress and be in competitive spirit against anyone taking their rightful spot in the family. Enter Fuzz, the middle child. He challenges Hoofer to authority and is usually a lot better with getting along with people. And the youngest, being Pavlov's dog, is usually more pampered and has a lot more trouble gaining independence from the family typically. And yes, they are the youngest and they learn to joke around, and yeah, this is Pavlov's dog. Now we're done with Alfred Adler and on to Karl Jung. Here we go.
Karl Jung was into analytical psychology, which is the analysis of the mind. That included the unconscious. The unconscious had two parts: the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. The personal unconscious is repressed memories. The collective unconscious is stuff that you do in a society without knowing why. Jung was also into archetypes. 3 of these archetypes were shadow, which is the evil side of one's personality, old man, which is our pre-existing knowledge of the mysteries of life, and hero, which is one's ancestors' experiences of conquering evil and darkness passed down to the unconscious collectively.
Avast ye evil! Karl Jung had one last idea before he faded into the nothingness of history, and that is the idea of introversion and extraversion. You probably know what that is, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Introverts are people who gain energy from quiet and hanging out with one or two friends, and they don't really like large crowds very much. Extroverts love large crowds. They're pretty much the opposites of introverts, and that's the whole point, because extroverts love going out into the world and being adventurous, and they don't really like silence and dark and depression. So that's it for this episode. You better subscribe. You better, because I worked so hard on this video and I'm so exhausted. So please. And if you want to know about next episode, you can hit the bell and then it'll ring next time the bell happens. So, thanks for watching.